Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, about to kick it off with another episode of Legendary Connects on the phone. My man from the East Coast.
Yes, sir. It's the one, the only doctor. You know my name, Dre.
All right, folks. He ain't in surgery, but he live with me, though, folks. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today? We got a hot show, man. We got a lot of shit to talk about, man. A lot of shit to talk about.
Today's show is titled, What's This Strange Relationship?
All right. With that being said, kick it off.
Bro, it's very simple. We've had a very volatile, insane, trying to find the sunshine when it's overcast everywhere. I mean, we talk about the loss of one of the amigos at a dice game. This is what we're doing?
You know what? I heard it when the dice came, but keep talking.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to keep it clean. Okay. You know this.
Right.
Must be the divine connector joined.
Because it's not, what do we call it? It's allegedly.
Okay.
Then we got Drake dropping music at midnight and going after Megan Thee Stallion based on her being shot in the foot. I'm like, this is where we are now.
I didn't hear about that. What's that about?
Oh, well, you don't remember when Megan Thee Stallion allegedly was shot by, I forgot the young man's name.
Tory Lane?
Yes.
Okay.
And remember that he's going to trial now. He's got the ankle monitor on, so he can't leave his crib. So Drake just dropped an album blasting Megan Thee Stallion. And they're going back and forth on social media.
He's blasting her work. She don't want to testify or what?
No, she's testifying. She's upset. But Drake's saying that's BS. What happened? You know it. I know it. You got to check out the new Drake album.
Well,
that goes after Megan Thee Stallion.
Understand how in the hell do you end up with a bullet in your foot, and he got a gun, and there's a problem. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something.
And as the prosecutor says, we tested his hands. The gun residue is there. The gun was on the floor, and she was shot twice.
So it wasn't no accident. You don't get shot twice by accident.
But here's the thing. There's people on both sides. And people saying she's lying.
Well, how she get two bullets in her foot, a leg, a foot, or whatever, and he got residue and a gun in the car, is the same, the bullets match? What the fuck?
I do not know. Same thing that's going on with the Migos, with Homeboy. In that situation, it's like, I'm going, that's 1-2 punch. That's a 1-2 punch. What are we doing? And then why are we, every time something goes down, and I know people don't want to trust the initial report. I respect that. Understand that. You want to get the truth out. But when the truth hits the table, nobody still wants to believe it.
Well, you know,
AKA, let me run them out. Remember what I said, strange relationship. Nancy Pelosi's husband gets bludgeoned by the intruder, and the Republicans are making jokes and saying, no, they were lovers and I was this. And it's all these stories, all based on a big lie as we walk into the most influential election of our lifetimes, period. Because if this election, we lose, and I do mean when we lose, the country as we know it, it's a wrap, man.
I don't think we're going to lose.
It's going to be a wrap.
I don't think we're going to lose. I think more people realize.
I didn't say I think we're going to lose. I said if we lose.
Okay.
And all the reports, everything now is so crazy. The reason I did it like in that order is to show you, you don't know what to trust anymore.
No,
you don't know who's telling the truth.
No, you don't.
You don't know, man. You could be in a candy store and watch the kid snatch the candy, grab him by his neck, and bring him to the owner, and the kid will say, "I didn't steal this," and got candy residue all around his mouth. And you can't touch me. I'll go get my mother. And the mother runs in the door. You put your hands off my son. Well, he stole this, man. No, he didn't. That was mine. Man, you weren't even in the store. I saw him do this. We got videotape. We got him doing it. We're watching him put the lollipop in his mouth and rubbing it across his lips. I don't believe it.
Hey, man.
And I don't believe it has just as much power as the videotape. Because even Donald J. Trump said on videotape, that's video and audio, I cannot believe I lost this election to Joe Biden.
That's
But
just his ego talking.
Yeah, but you admitted it. You admitted it to your staff.
Okay.
So where are we going?
Look, man, I think right now what we're dealing with is a marketing tool that has been taught in colleges and universities around the world, that you always find a way to spin some shit. PR lesson, PR 101, find a way to spin it, okay? And these spin doctors are doing just that. So no matter what you say, if I can say it, no matter what you say, if you can convince enough people that a lie is the truth, no matter what you say, they're going to believe that. People get invested into a situation, and they can't turn back around because they've been supporting this so long, and all of a sudden they in their minds they know they're full of shit, but they can't say it because I don't want to look stupid, not even to myself. I was watching Trevor Noah earlier today. He sent some guys out to talk to some people in red hats, and he asked them about. He asked one guy, "Is abortion murder?" Yes, abortion is murder. And if a person has an abortion, pays for an abortion, that makes him a murderer. Yes, that makes him a murderer. Well, is Herschel Walker a murderer? Well, it all depends on the situation. Hey, man, come on, dude. Come on, man. This is what you're dealing with. But
that's what I'm saying.
Wait. You also
you're on the page. You're on the page. Go for it.
You also have to listen to what Donald Trump said in one of his speeches. We won because of the uneducated, poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. Bingo, ding, ding, ding. That's your key to your whole thing right there. You're talking about states that have very low test scores, very IQ level ain't that great.
Test scores.
And neither is the dental hygiene. Okay, the dental hygiene and test scores is about the same. So when you see who he's talking to, and based on their background, like my cousin said, there's people, man, in the Midwest only see black people on television. They can go months without seeing a black person in life. Okay, they can go months.
And don't introduce a Spanish person speaking Spanish. You flip the whole script.
And see, here's the cold part about this, right? Like I said, with the spin doctors have convinced a lot of people that the problem they're having is based on black folks, Mexicans, but we all know it's corporate greed. Corporate greed is what drives the economy up and keeps us 10 jobs overseas. Ain't nobody making them go there. They know they can go get the same job over there without a union and get it done with child labor, whatever the case may be, and spend a tenth of the money. Have all the same benefits because our labor situation is structured where you got to pay Social Security, health benefits, blah blah blah. You go over there to a country where they already got health benefits and no labor laws. Shit, get the same shit made for I don't know, $2.
A regular pair of Air Jordan sneakers cost less than $2 to make.
Right.
In New York, there was a woman here where I live. Out in near Westbury, I don't want to say in Westbury, and had this shop where she bought the heat stamps and the labels and was taking regular T-shirts and turning them into designer shirts. She was making
I saw her.
$40 million.
I saw her.
Smart.
I saw her. She did all that in her basement.
Yes. And bringing it to the store and taking a $5 T-shirt and charging $5,000 to $50,000, and people were buying it.
Wow!
They were buying it, thinking they're getting a deal.
Wow,
dude! Just what you just said. I said it before. I'll say it again. This inflation fantasy is just something made up because there's no chicken shortage. There's no pork shortage. There's no beef shortage. And there damn sure ain't no turkey shortage. This is BS. There's a guy with a show, I forgot what it's called, who talks about how they go out and hunt the wild hogs.
Right.
And a hog is 300 pounds.
Right.
And when they kill them, they give them away to charity in the homeless places so they can harvest the meat.
Right.
So where's the shortage?
Wild hogs were so damn plentiful out there. They damaging crops and shit.
Exactly. So in Germany, in United Kingdom, so where's the shortage? Where's the high prices?
Well,
I can charge you in there, just like gas prices. There's no freaking shortage. That's the gas companies, the major gas companies hiking those prices. That's not Joe Biden. That's not Kamala Harris.
But again, Doc, you and I both know that, but they got to blame somebody, and that's where the spin doctors come in at. That's what the spin doctors come in.
That's why I go to the movie Car Wash, and the Wilson sisters. You got to believe in something. Why not believe in me?
I don't know if I need you singing. We need you singing on this show. That shit ain't got no. You need auto tune.
Dude, I'm sorry. I still got a good voice. But that was Richard Pryor is Daddy Rich. And Richard Pryor also gave us the line, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You can catch me naked in between her legs with the hardest of hard. And you can catch her saying, what are you doing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Be nice.
I'm just waving. I'm waving.
She has a comment.
I know that. I know.
She's in living color. She ain't. Her mouth and her words are matching up today. So we got to get her while she can for that shit drop off. You know, she got the Mississippi internet.
Well, I also want to say, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's National Diabetes Month. It's also National Stress Week, Anti-Stress Week. And quite a few other things we need to discuss. We just finished Breast Cancer Month, where the average African American woman and women of color, Spanish, Native Americans are in the high percentile.
That's my lane.
I think he on channel 11 or some shit.
He's taking my lane. Just
Look. I'm on channel. You wanted to know. I'm on channel you wanted to know because Bernadette gets on me after the show. Trey, why didn't you mention this? Why didn't you mention that? So I just did. So I now will sit down and, hey, Queen, you got it. Your lane.
Well, thank you. I'll be working.
You got to believe in something. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna get you. It's a lot of great days that's going on now. It's my birthday month too.
Scorpio. Somebody you broke off this month. Ooh, shit.
You ain't there. That's next week. Stop it.
Look,
somebody gonna get, huh? Somebody will get some red clay on their ass, huh?
Kelly.
So what?
We don't move that fast. I need to though. I need you to run my cash next week. I want you to run my cash up at the top for my birthday.
That'll work. What day is your birthday?
On the 13th.
13th, okay.
On the 13th of November, my true love said to me.
All that singing shit.
Happy birthday, Bernadette.
Leave that shit alone.
Look, man.
Leave that shit alone.
I'm doing my song.
No, leave that shit alone.
I believe
Don't crack my wisdom.
I believe he's smoking over there. I don't know.
He must be.
I am. I'm smoking hot because it's humid over here. It's about 75 degrees.
All right. So, Miss B, what else you got, baby?
I will be working on Tuesday at the voting polls. I have to be careful with y'all. If I say I'm working at the polls, it may be taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Lonzo get that one. That was too easy.
See me at 2:30 in the morning after
the voting polls. I will be working. See, I can't even say it's the right way. I will be serving at the voting polls.
Call me.
I wanted to say working the polls.
Not pony.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, we know what you mean. But you sure grinning like you working the polls.
Mm-hmm.
You look guilty as shit. You look guilty as shit.
My mouth would say, I'm going to be working the polls. I wanted to say that.
Don't stop, get it.
You can't say you're going to be working the polls.
Your mouth look guilty as shit. I'm just saying, okay? You may be innocent in your thought, but your eyes and your mouth, they like, yeah.
Scorpio, the sun is a Scorpio. You can't handle, Scorpio can't handle the Scorpio. So I was like, saying.
I've been Scorpio trained. I'm all right.
You trained them?
I've been trained by Scorpio, so I got
Yeah, makes sense.
my game.
Of course. Oh, you've been trained by a Scorpio again. No wonder. No wonder. So I was trying to be like
Scorpio.
Dre, Mr. Information Dre, and say vote, get out and vote on Tuesday here in Mississippi. But we got
Man,
sidetracked.
wait. Don't let nobody tell you that your vote don't matter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let no. I'm sorry, man. This. We the only people that have this message. I have never heard anybody in any other community say, "Oh, the vote don't matter."
Mm-hmm.
You know what the vote don't matter? Because enough of us don't do it. That's the problem. Enough of us don't do it. If you have something that people are telling you in Atlanta, in Georgia, that you can't give somebody a bottle of water while they wait in a long ass line to get to vote. You can't give them a sandwich. You can't give them no what. They making it difficult. They took a lot of, not all. They took a lot of the drop boxes out of Atlanta. Don't this show you that voting is important? They don't want you to do it. First of all, it's more of us than it is of them. And here again, reason why we don't get shit out of the game because we don't put nothing into the game. We don't vote in masses. We don't put no money in the shit. People that put money in shit, people that vote in masses get shit done.
Say it again.
Look, this is America.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, I ain't through yet.
But you're switching places with me. That's my job.
No. I'm on a goddamn roll. Don't interrupt my roll. Shit.
That's what I said. Preach, brother, preach.
This is America. America is a capitalistic society. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no votes, shut the fuck up. And this is the problem for the last longest. You got all these so-called scholars. Oh, the vote don't matter. You know what? And I ain't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say this. Your vote matters at all times. In the presidential election, you got the electoral college that can have an effect. Okay, but that's still influenced by the votes. The shit we doing next Tuesday, all them judges and senators and whatever else is going up for
all the way down the ballot, all the way down
all
the ballot,
them
from
bitches,
street sweeper.
I've seen elections being won by as little as 1 or 2 votes. Okay, this type of election, they're strictly a numbers game, baby. Strictly a numbers game. Why do you think people spend millions of dollars to get you to convince you that somebody ain't shit? And wait, here's the part that's crazy. He ain't shit, but I ain't got no plan. But he ain't shit,
and you know he ain't shit.
He ain't shit. You know he ain't shit. But I'm on your team. This has got to be some of the craziest shit in the world. I never understood. How is it that you can even allow attack ads in this day and age? You got people, some of the shit the politicians say to each other, if I said it to somebody, they'd be looking to cancel my ass. If a comedian says something or somebody else says something, but because they in politics, it's all good. You can say what you can lie. There is no rules to the game.
No rules.
Said you can't lie. You can make up some shit. You can take some shit, misconstrue it, and say it's the truth, and then pass it on, spend a bunch of money to pass it on, to make it go viral, put it on the television, whatever the case may be. And there is no reason why motherfucker can't, hey man, that nigga lied, but as long as he wins. And this is where the game gets real stupid and gets real messed up, because no matter what they say, you still, no matter how much they lie, if they get the votes, that's all they care about is winning. Winning at all.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Let me ask you a question. Who is the #1 comedian in the United States today?
I'm gonna say Dave Chappelle.
Who's the #1 comedian, Bernadette?
She ain't here right now. She had to go fix that internet shit.
Did you say Dave Chappelle?
I said Dave Chappelle.
Would you like to know who the real #1 comedian
Go for it.
in the United States is?
Go for it.
Herschel Walker.
Oh shit.
Because he can make you believe that he didn't have and force these women to give an abortion, and he says it with a straight face. Well, his son came out and said, "My daddy's a liar. My daddy ain't take care of nobody." And he will walk out there, tell his jokes, and people will say, "I don't care if he's lying. He's making me laugh, and we got to take the Senate back." The Wisconsin Republican candidate said, without equivocation, he said, "When I win this election, Republicans will never lose an election here again.
That's scary.
Damn. Period.
That's scary.
And he was dead serious.
That's scary.
In Arizona, by the time I get to Arizona, the Republican candidate who does not believe that Donald Trump lost the race, they asked her, quote, if you lose this election, will you accept the results? She said, I will not accept results because I am going to win.
See?
That is scary.
See, they live in their own, they have their own reality. They live in their own.
Oh, last but not least, the one, the only, Dr. Emmett Oz, who is debating, a man who had a stroke, and he did more for people in Pennsylvania than Dr. Oz did buying a house so he can run for Senate. He said to women, I don't want the federal government to tell you what to do. That should be between your doctors
And your officials.
Your local officials. Wait, I'm trying to figure out. And they say women are going to the polls, white women, and voting for Republicans. So you're voting against your own personal special
That's spin
interest.
doctor, man. That's a spin.
So to me, I'm going to bring crack back so we can at least be high and listen to this craziness. Because this is for real. This isn't a joke. This is for real. Governor DeSantis in Florida has broken laws, election laws, and he's running for governor.
Hey, man.
Val Demings, they try to say, well, Val Demings and Marco Rubio, who doesn't show up in the Senate, senator from Florida. And Val Demings, who was a sheriff. He tried to say she's soft on crime. She said, are you crazy? Yes, we are. So once again, what's this strange relationship? Ship. As Alonzo alluded earlier, if you do not vote, there's no reason for you to complain.
Dude.
We're going to get what we deserve if we do not stand up for ourselves. And I do not understand any woman in this nation that's going to flip the lever so you lose your rights that have been here for 50 years. Any person that's going to flip a lever so you lose Medicare, so that you lose Social Security. Don't think about your personal self. Think about your parents. Think about people with disabilities. Look, I ain't thinking about that. Fuck them. It's basically what they're saying. Fuck them. It's their problem.
I don't understand it, man. And, here's the bad part about it. If they do get in the office, they're gonna do everything they said they're gonna do. Fuck them over real good. They're gonna blame Joe Biden.
Yes.
They're gonna find a way to blame Joe Biden. I find it amazing, man, that no matter what Trump did wrong, they found a reason to blame Obama. They blame. It's like they live in a world of delusion. They blame everybody except for themselves. And
because they don't understand how politics really works. So when Trump was elected, and those 2 years, everybody said, oh, look how prosperous this was. Those 2 years were the end of the Obama administration because all those things that they passed came to pass after he left office.
Right.
Because they wouldn't give him those things while he was in office. So even Mitch McConnell, that pussy, you let Donald Trump talk about your wife like he owned her. And you sat back and just take it.
Who's that? Ted Cruz, the same thing.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
So y'all both a bunch of pussies because he talked about your wife like he had her the night before.
Basically, they have no spine, dude. The shit,
None.
shit that they be saying, Cosby will get their ass put behind. Okay.
If you go out on the street today, or any street, and speak to some person, some man who works every day, has a family, and degrades his wife in that fashion, once again, if you decide to turn the Dr. King cheek, Malcolm said, I ain't turning no cheek. You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. But yet today, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. That's what I said. Whatever happens, we get what we deserve. So if you don't vote, don't complain.
All right, Bernadette is back, I think. Bernadette, you still there?
Come on.
Back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you popping in and popping out like toast. Now you come back, you got a great picture, but your words are not. What happens to that shit? Just stop acting up. What you need? You need a Wi-Fi extender.
That's why I didn't want to do a commercial for ceasefire because they fucking up. Ceasefire.
Who's ceasefire?
Phone company.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! That shit should be cease signal. Okay.
Right, exactly. So that's why I didn't want to say much about them.
Where's your router at in your house? How far is your router from you?
Now I'm using my hotspot right here.
Okay, you need what you need to do. I had the same problem. Go on to Amazon and get you a Wi-Fi extender. It will boost your signal. It will boost your signal. You won't have this problem no more.
Okay, let me do that.
Or
for my birthday.
Go to your local grocery store.
You can't even drink.
Wait a minute. Go to your grocery store and buy yourself the big aluminum foil, not the small one, and take it out. Grab a huge sheet, wrap it around your phone and around your head, and it'll sit there.
Kids, don't try this at home. Kids, don't try this at home. Do not listen to Dr. Dre. Kids,
I did not say take the aluminum foil and jump into the oven.
Dre. No.
I said boost your signal.
It is not. Do not listen to Dr. Dre. You got to listen to Lonzo on this one.
That'll give you 7G. You'll pass 5G and go directly to 7.
All right. Dr. Dre said 7G is coming out. When we hear that Dr. Dre said 7G is coming out, Dr. Dre needs to say it.
All right.
And if this election don't turn out right, we're going to be at 7G.
All right, folks. You're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. Miss Bernadette, when she can stay on the screen, and my main man on the phone, Dr. Dre from Yo MTV Raps and more. We just kicking it on some political shit, some hip hop shit right about now. And this is hold on, me finish my speech. This is a reality show. Whatever you see is what you get. We don't do no editing. This shit be fucked up sometimes. It be smooth others. I'm keeping it 100. I don't like phony shit. Okay. I'm a realist, and sometimes shit get fucked up in real life, and you just deal with it. And sometimes it works out fine, but most of the time it does pretty good. And we got Bernadette. We're gonna get her an extender for a birthday, Dre. We're gonna piece up on the extender for a birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you I'm sending her that. I'm sending that aluminum foil. You think I'm playing?
Okay.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. I got one better than that. Alonzo, remember that old UHF antenna that used to be on the back of your TV?
Yeah.
We'll send her one of those.
Okay.
Because then you can actually attach it to the phone and it'll bring everything in.
All right.
Wi-Fi, UHF.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. All right. That's some good shit. Whatever he had.
That's so ghetto. I'm sorry. I'm calling Dr. Dre ghetto.
Whatever Dre had today.
Dre is ghetto.
Whatever he had today, please send me some, because that's some good shit. Because
I told you what it is. I got a humidity on the East Coast right now in Nassau County, New York, and I'm trying to say it's November what?
November 4th.
It's November 4th. It ain't joking. So let's go back to the business at hand.
Okay, I got a question.
One and only.
Hold on, Bernadette.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go for it.
All right. As soon as takeoff had happened, a rapper, so I can stop. I was running my mouth. Disclaimed that this was not part of the rap culture. You cannot blame rap for this. So now, long after Fat Joe was claiming hip hop is separate from rap culture, and it was said, yeah, that was some hood shit. So you know how I am, Dre. You know my mouth. So I'm like saying now we can't even stick together in hip hop, in the hood, and in rap. 3 cultures. hood. So the hood is not rap. The hood is not hip hop. The hood is not. They're not. They're three different cultures. How do y'all feel about a rapper disconnecting from the incident, saying that that had nothing to do with rapping?
Again, here go the spin doctors. Here go the fucking
Yep.
spin doctors. Okay, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. At one point,
Call that spin rappers.
hold
Don't
on,
call it
hold on.
doctors. I'm a doctor.
Okay,
I don't spin.
okay.
Only on turntables.
That's that spin shit. Okay. Bottom line, for years there was hood, there was gangsters, there was dope dealers, blah blah blah. And at one point in time, all that shit merged together. Okay. I know it. You may not like that, but shit has gotten the internet and social media has put this shit into a big ass blender, put it on puree, and spit it all out. Because you can't tell the rappers from the goddamn street dudes. You can't tell the street dudes from the rappers, football players, basketball players. All of them look alike. Okay. Only time you can tell the difference is when they get a paycheck. Okay. So I'm not saying it's one all in the same, but they have merged themselves together in so many different ways. It's hard to actually. It's like trying to separate your hair from bubble gum. Okay, you get bubble gum in your hair. It's hard to get that shit loose. Okay, and
You gotta
you,
cut it off.
When you
How
put
you gonna
when you
get
put crazy glue,
Vaseline? Never mind.
it's like when you put crazy glue in your hair, so you can make sure you keep the weave tight. Then all of a sudden it gets stuck,
right.
and your hand gets stuck up there.
That was Gorilla Glue. Anyway,
Gorilla glue.
you got
Well, with either one, you know the point.
you got so much stuff that's interwoven, and it used to be a time where the streets and the music were separate. You didn't see Prince at no damn bowling alley. You didn't see Michael at no bowling alley. You didn't see superstars on the streets. But because the streets control the mindset of so many of these guys, they figure they not cool no more if they not in the streets. And that's when the shit merges at. That's when the shit goes wrong. Ain't nowhere in the world. People come to town, and artists come to town all the time to hang out. Okay, they go to restaurants, they hang out, they do their thing. But for the most part, you don't see prominent musicians. Y'all think you're gonna see Rihanna at Roscoe's. Now she may send a car to go get some chicken and bring them to a hotel. She not gonna sit her ass in Roscoe's. She understands her popularity. You're damn sure ain't gonna see Jay-Z or Beyonce sitting up in Roscoe's. Okay, and if you do see them in Roscoe's, somebody probably gonna be waiting to get them. Okay, unfortunately, that's the time we live in. Now that hood, that street, that's just the times we live in. So, but meanwhile, you can't have rappers talking all this street shit. They want to be in the streets and act like they're from the streets, and then get caught up in the streets and say this shit is separate. It's not separate. All the rappers talk about the street shit. They ain't talk about no love. Nigga ain't had a dance record in decades. Niggas, I don't think they can dance no more. I think they feet and got webbed together or some shit. They can't dance no more. So ain't nobody talking about nothing but street shit all the time. They go back to the streets, draped up in gold and jewelry, whatever, driving fancy ass cars, and become a target in their own in various communities. They feel they have to be associated with gangs in a lot of cases. They have to be associated with whether it be the GDs, Bloods, Crips, whatever the case may be. They feel they have to have an affiliation to maintain their connection to the
But
street.
you also understand, wait a minute.
Let me finish.
And being
Let me finish.
just with an attitude.
No,
Just with an attitude.
Let me finish for a second. Bottom line is, I said this with N.W.A. I said it, I'm gonna say it again. You can't come up and stay down. That's an oxymoron. You cannot come up in the music game and stay down. It don't work. It ain't working.
But what solidifies that, hold on,
Go ahead.
is when you have a Super Bowl halftime show and they praise you for Eve After Dark, and Snoop goes out there and starts crip walking, and everyone told him, don't do that.
Ain't nobody.
We all know what that's gonna mean.
Ain't nobody. See, wait. Nobody.
And here's the thing, and the reason I point that out is, Snoop, you're a grown man. You're a grown man. You can keep your hood affiliation. But when you do that, that's what makes Alonzo's point what it is. You can't go up and still be down. It doesn't work.
Okay.
It's an oxymoron.
Nobody that I know of, I've never heard anybody of any stature make a comment about that. I know out of the hood dudes that was pissed. I have never heard anybody on no YouTube channel make any kind of comment saying that was inappropriate, because what you're doing right now is you're perpetuating the shit that we're trying to get rid of.
Right.
Okay? You're perpetuating the shit, because bottom line is, my man is a hell of a spokesperson. He's been selling cars, potato chips, insurance, the whole 9 yards. But now
you stepped out of it. You're not in that no more. But you still are in it.
But here's the crazy part about it. Okay? Denzel said it best the other day. Okay? People that deal with him don't know the culture. All they know it is a dance. Crip walking is a dance. They don't know that it's a damn near a war dance in some cases. Okay? They don't know it's a war dance in our community. So there's a cultural difference, there's a cultural gap difference that allows them to do things that people don't recognize. People in power positions don't recognize because they're not from the community. Okay? People from the community recognize that shit, and they get the message. Just like back in the slave days, we was playing drums and braiding hair to give messages through the drums and putting maps in people's hair. Okay? They didn't know what that shit was. All they knew is they playing the drums. Then they were, oh, them motherfuckers is talking to drums. Get rid of them goddamn drums. Same thing. The messages are being...
Same thing about the Native Americans with smoke signals. They thought it was just smoke. No, they were signaling.
Okay, so
they're here.
It's the same thing.
And come down and wipe them out. That's what happened.
It's the same thing. People in power positions don't recognize the different cultural differences. They let everything go, and everybody in the culture is probably afraid to say something because they don't want to be the one to bust my man out for perpetuating that shit. They don't want. Who gonna say it? Who gonna say it? Who gonna say it? Ain't nobody in a position to say, hey man, you shouldn't have done that, Doc. That was not a good move. It may have been good for your homies, but that shit did more damage.
So what's the answer to the question? Is it one?
Because wait a minute, no, let me jump in and answer the question. So that's where things get marketed. So let me push it, because you said let you finish. So you have Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets, who promotes a movie that deals in anti-Semitism.
He didn't promote it. He said he watched it.
He put it on his social media page, knowing how many millions of people pay attention to it. And it takes 7 days for him to come up with a half-baked apology about it, figuring, well, Kanye got away with it, but you didn't examine what was just taken from Kanye. It's not that you didn't have the right to do what you did. I don't want to say and get into that. It's that everything, when you read the First Amendment, you have the right to say whatever you want. Nobody goes to the bottom of that and reads the fine print that said, but there are consequences to your free speech or free action or behavior. There are consequences. It just is. So like Alonzo just alluded to. So, and I'm not jumping on Snoop. So nobody, oh, Dre, you hate Snoop. No, I love Snoop. I think great artist, great personality. Congratulations on all your post success from music. Great. But that one move, like Alonzo was saying, you sent that signal around the fucking globe. To those who don't know and will emulate you. And those who do know, as I was alluded to not today, but I've been talking with some folks, that there's people who shake down very wealthy comedians, and I'm not going to mention their names, very wealthy athletes, very wealthy music artists, so they can stay in the street. So while they're around driving their Ferraris or their Bugattis or their Rolls Royces, and they get out the car, and that street cat walks up and goes, yo, man, you know I need this. Oh, come on, man, not now. I'm here with so-and-so. I don't fuck about that bitch. I need this loot. Or we're going to see your brother. We're gonna see your mother. We're gonna see your cousins. And on the DL, they're not telling everybody that's happening, but that's for real. That's happening. Especially today because of social media and the internet. That's the world we live in.
Okay.
Oh, let me add this: that this was done the day after or the day of the unfortunate loss of that the Migos member. Right immediately after it. Say what, Dre?
What you say, Big?
The statement to say, let me say that this is not part of rap culture. Rap culture is not to blame for this. Was it to me and being insensitive and saying things to say it right after he passed away? I didn't think that was a good look for the rap culture, the hip hop culture.
Well, understand this. Understand this. No matter what it was, it's going to cost everybody. It's going to cost the rap culture.
That was the point I'm making.
It's going to cost the hood culture. It's going to cost the hip hop culture. Because people, just like I said earlier, the cultural differences, they don't separate the three.
No.
All I know is a dude got killed. Somebody going to get sued. The money going to get exchanged. Somebody going to jail. And somebody got to pay a claim. Because the parent, when you get killed on a private property, guess what? Somebody get to sue. Ask me how the fuck I know. Okay? Ask me how the fuck I know. All right?
Speak the truth. Speak the truth.
So now they don't care whether it was hood, hip hop, or rap. They don't give a fuck about that. Pay me. Sue me. We getting sued. Okay? They don't give a damn about that. That's our justification for shit. We take shit and try to justify it by breaking it down. Oh, that wasn't hip hop. That was hood shit. That's not hip. This shit all look alike to them. It don't look no different. Just like they don't know crip walking from ballet. My boy, they don't know the difference between crip walking and ballet. All they know is it's a dance, and it can be done. And this, my man, I'm looking in the chat room right now. Silks BB Belston B Sloan says crip walking was a dance. I didn't know he had to be a gangbanger to crip walk. I grew up on 94th and Dinker Avenue. Okay, hey doc. Used to be a time if you wasn't a crip and you got caught crip walking, you'll get your ass whooped. This is how times have changed. This is how.
But he also came out there wearing the blue, the bandana stuff, and the khaki. So it wasn't just the walk. He purposely went out there representing for his crew. And again, I got no problem with that. But you got, as you said earlier, Lonzo, what is it saying to all those people who innocently don't know, but you're giving off that signal to those who do know? That's why I mentioned about people in entertainment, politics, you name it, sports, with tons of money. They get shaken down every day by their hood. And I think you said it the best. So when you get your come up, but you still want to hang out and still be down, it doesn't work that way.
Right. They wonder why people don't come back to the hood. Nigga, they can't. They can't. They can't. It's not. It's no. If they do, they slide in, slide back out. It's not like they're gonna be here hanging the fuck out. If they do, they come with a ton of security. Because
you can visit
the hood. The
hood ain't stay overnight.
The hood ain't lost shit. It was Celebrity Zero, hood 5, 10, 20. Okay. Yeah. No, the scoreboard looks real fucked up for the celebrities, for hip hop celebrities in the hood. Okay, I'm glad I'm just an average motherfucker.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
It's a pattern. Okay, it's a pattern. So it's not that well, I'm sorry. When you see somebody who had that much marketing power, okay, my man makes a lot of money doing that shit. He makes a lot of money promoting various products, and to still promote that lifestyle at 51 years old, that's not a good look, man. Right. Come on, dude. That's what I'm saying. God has blessed you in so many ways. Okay, God has blessed him in so many ways. Why would he continue to do that? I just, that shit that I did when I was a kid. I was on the Braves baseball team at Camp Another Park. I'm not gonna holler out the Braves. I'm not. I was a Boy Scout. I'm not gonna holler out so and so. I'm not gonna do that. There's some things you have to, you'll always be a part of it, but you don't always promote it. Okay, I'll never stop being a Brave. I see one of my teammates right now. I'm glad to see him. We 60 years old, man. We can't we can't hardly play baseball no more. Not long to talk about it like that. It's just some things,
Look,
you know.
I grew up being a Green Dragon in my high school, all the way through my adolescent career in sports. But that don't mean I'm down with the House of Dragon.
Right.
It's it's like
I always
when you try to
promoted it last month, but you good.
Huh? I mean, again, it's like, again, if we don't say nothing, they don't know what to say with some shit like that. Mr. Dog, you shouldn't do that. I don't think. How the fuck somebody in the NFL gonna tell him what to do? They don't know. They don't know. Mr. Dog, I don't think Crip Walk is gonna be appropriate or not. No.
But do you think
Well,
it
wasn't just a Crip Walk.
Seems
Wait a
like
minute.
halftime show got a lot of soul to it. After the boycott, we got Gladys Knight, then we got Pitbull one halftime show, and then we got the other Dr. Dre. Do you think they don't know, because they really seem like they hit us hard with after the boycott and gave us the halftime show?
Well, hold on. They're also trying to give you Herschel Walker too. What the fuck does that mean?
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean? They're trying to give you Herschel Walker. I mean, look, wait. Okay, it's one thing.
They spying.
It's one thing to say I'm sorry. Here, we're gonna do this right here. Okay, we're gonna appease some folks. They got some big players to come into the game. Jay-Z, some other folks. They put an all-star team together, and it was probably the most anticipated Super Bowl since Prince or Michael Jackson. Okay, that shit had hype. All right, I'm not mad, and I've never seen a Super Bowl halftime show be promoted like that. Okay, Michael, no Prince, no Madonna, whoever else, J-Lo, whoever else. I have never seen it promoted like that. But you ain't never had that much money on the stage either. You've never had that much money on the stage at one time. You got, five superstars who probably could have did it by themselves if they wanted to. Okay, but I never forget, I was at the airport coming home from Sacramento, from Arizona. I was talking to them, and my cousin was talking to a white couple, and she said, I got on my NFL jersey, my NFL coat right now. You went to the Super Bowl? I said, yeah, I was at the Super Bowl. She said, you know what? Please forgive me. Please forgive my ignorance, but I didn't know anybody in the Super Bowl. Okay, and I said, no. I said, you didn't? She said, I've heard of Dr. Dre, but I'm not really familiar. And here, this is the isolation. It's like if you'd have put, I don't know, what was it, Billy Ray Cyrus on there, and we just said, who the fuck is he? Okay, and it's gonna be like that's the difference in the isolation. There are some people who may recognize the name and the faces because they're on commercials, or whatever, but they may not be familiar with the music. And some of them, like when the husband says, I didn't understand none of that shit. I'm sorry. No offense, please, sir. Don't get mad. But I didn't understand none of that shit. You got a whole nother level of America that like, what the fuck was that shit? But again, you got another whole.
But no, I'm gonna say one thing. Let me get in there real quick. They understood it because when Eminem walked on that stage, they knew exactly what the fuck was going on.
Okay, they knew.
Even though you may not know Dre, you may not know Snoop, you may not know Kendrick, you may know Mary a little bit. But when Eminem walked on that stage, you know what the fuck was going on.
They knew it was hip hop. They knew it was rap. They knew it was
right. So that excuse, I'm not falling for that one.
No. What I'm saying is that the show on the ground floor show, the dances when everybody out there in khaki suits, that whole cultural thing that was done strictly for the hood. That cultural, got all these blonde dudes wearing khaki suits and doing the Crip Walk. Nobody understood that, but black folks and white folks that hang with black folks. Okay, nobody.
I agree with that. I agree.
Khaki suits is strictly a hood thing. Okay, that's strictly a fucking hood thing. Ain't nothing else to it but that. I'm not mad, but I'm just saying, dude. It's just it's a certain things that are cultural. There's a cultural difference, like Denzel said. I watched an interview with Denzel. It's not about black or white. Sometimes it's just cultural. He was saying that I think it was Scorsese did Goodfellas, Well, he says Steven Spielberg could have did Goodfellas too, but he did Schindler's List because he understands that culture. Okay, if he could have directed it just as well, but it's certain things that they will recognize, small things that they would recognize will add authenticity to that particular movie. The same thing here. There's certain things. Hey man, we might want to rethink them doggone them whatever the case may be. That could be a problem down the line. Okay, it may not be a problem today. It may not be a problem that anybody would even see, but it's gonna create a ripple effect through hoods around the world, because there's some people that they're more Crip related. They're more the Crip chest stuck out for that. That was some shit, man. My chest stuck out for Eve After Dark. Okay, imagine if my chest stuck out for Eve After Dark. Imagine if you was a Crip affiliate. Oh man, that nigga represent the hood like the Super Bowl. All day Crip walking in there, and he got some cats that was probably jumped up and got out with him in their living room.
But Kendrick represented the Bloods, from what I understand.
Knocked over the chips. Right. But I'm saying, on the other hand, man, why would that nigga do some shit like that? Why would he do that? And that's the part. Them the phone calls I got. Man, why would he do some shit like that? That's fucked up.
Right. And before the Super Bowl, it was a lot of warnings. We had our culture had to warn people before they came. So I don't think another Super Bowl had to warn people. When you come here, don't do blah blah blah. When you come here, don't try blah blah blah. Because in here, LA, we do this, and I think that's the first time I've seen warnings issued. From Ice-T, other people talking about when you get here, don't try blah blah blah. For the Super Bowl, right? Am I right? A lot of warnings about coming out.
But let me say something real quick about
game, but it was changed.
Go ahead,
Dre.
I just want to bring up one point, and I know this is off key, but Joe Pesci actually took Samuel L. Jackson out in Goodfellas because Samuel L. Jackson played the guy who drove the truck, and he got caught. And Joe Pesci walks in his house and says, "Hey, come on, make that coffee to go," and he shoots Samuel L. Jackson. That's kind of funny to me.
Why the fuck was that funny?
Why you gotta go there for Samuel?
Why was
because
Samuel
L. Jackson, look at the star he became after being in Goodfellas, after being in Jungle Fever, after being in Do the Right Thing, after being in Coming to America. I pick up Samuel L. Jackson.
Why are you giving him scraggly roles?
Wait.
Those iconic roles he did.
Wait. He played Sticks. He played Sticks in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played Sticks.
I listened to his audio book. He said he jocked to play. He jockeyed to get in position to play that part. Okay. He was doing something else. He couldn't. He only had a certain amount of time or something like that. He had a small window of opportunity to be a part of this movie, and that's the part he got. Okay. He ain't mad. Why are you mad?
I wasn't mad. I said it's funny.
Oh, I
don't get the funny, and I'm sorry, I don't get the funny in that one.
The funny was because you were talking about culture, and the only black person in the movie Goodfellas was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, but
and he got popped in the head by
Joe Pesci killed. He had turned one nigga to a popsicle, stuck an ice pick in the door. That his wife name. He was killing everybody. It wasn't personal. Why?
I didn't say it was personal.
It was not personal. He killed everybody and wanted some money.
I guess you don't turn my irony.
He killed
into
all.
Like I was coming.
They killed all links back to that heist.
Back to Robert De Niro. Exactly.
They killed all the links. Sticks was the first one.
Because Robert De Niro told him, don't go be flashy because the heat's on.
Right.
And everybody that went out there tried to be flashy. No. Except Henry Hill got it.
Sticks left the damn truck over his girlfriend's house. FBI was doing fingerprints on the truck. When they busted him, they knew it was only a matter of time before it came back to his ass.
They linked it back.
Right. So
because Sticks used to play guitar at the bar that Robert De Niro and them on.
How the fuck are we talking about that shit?
Because you went too far. I
gotta go watch it because I'm like,
this is funny.
Goodfellas.
I'm trying to explain to you why they killed him, and you trying to tell me it was funny because it was part. Hey man, that was that.
Okay, I won't use the word funny. I'll say, wait a minute, you think I'm funny? What about me that makes you think I'm funny? Huh?
Oh shit!
What did I say? That makes you think I'm so funny.
Oh,
Come on, Lonzo.
What
What are you gonna say
what
now?
you smoke? What you smoke?
I don't know what this
strain is
motherfucker had
it?
today. Okay,
Is that Snoop's? Is that Snoop's
whatever he
strain?
had, whatever this
Did you
motherfucker
get
had,
one
please put that shit in the bottle and send me some of it.
for your eyes?
Look,
What?
this is my job. My job is to be the ironic one on this panel. Period.
Okay, you doing a damn good job. I'm gonna give you a motherfucking
Throwing
bonus.
us
I'm gonna
off.
double your goddamn salary right now. Shit.
No, you can give me Herschel Walker's police badge so I can get off if they pull me over.
Y'all are
I
outrageous.
got that one.
Happy Hip Hop History Month to you, both legends, by the way.
Hold
Happy
on.
Hip Hop History Month. Okay.
Let me see here. Silks BB says, not the dance, not the rap, not the artist, but it's about the people trained not to value the black people, our lives, or our existence. You know what? BB Silks, you got a point there, Doc. You got a very good point there. But one of the things that I say is a lot of that shit started right there in the streets. We're the first ones that's quick to kill each other. First and foremost, I just put a post up today from one of my organizations, Hood Peace, because Black Lives Matter. Because Hood Lives Matter. Okay, we got to start that shit first. We got to start respecting each other first. It got to be some other way to resolve differences other than shooting each other, other than jumping.
Okay, let me jump in there real quick.
Here you go.
And
It's
my job. This
ahead.
is my job.
Go ahead.
This is my job. From the movie that, again, Scorsese directed, Gangs of New York.
You got some Braille DVDs, huh? You got some goddamn,
Stop it.
some fucking Braille DVDs. What you got? Come on, go ahead.
Oh, you got on the Braille DVD. Don't be worried about that. I got Braille porno video. Don't worry about that. Anyway, the reason this is so off the meter, and I'm gonna bring it in from a world perspective and then back to a hood perspective. When you got Ukraine fighting for its freedom, fighting for its democratic rights against Russia and kicking their ass, the only way we respect things is how we war in the street. And that's how white folks war. They go full scale war. We do it by any means necessary. So whether we use a knife, a pencil, brass knuckles, AR-15s, 9mm, that's what we do. Because we're emulating what the larger established communities and world displays to us, because we think that's what's going to make it work for our hood community.
Bullshit.
Instead, what you're doing, no, it's not. Stop.
I'm gonna call bullshit. Bullshit. Dre done gone crazy.
Stop.
I'm calling bullshit right now. Dre done gone fucking crazy.
Hood lives matter.
Hood lives
So
matter.
you actually are going back to my original words about you got to bring the love to settle these issues. Until you interject love and love of your fellow man, fellow woman, fellow children, fellow grandparents, fellow community, ain't none of this shit gonna slow down.
Look, man. First of all, let me say something.
You got to bring the love, man.
Hold on.
Don't be afraid of it, because you said it. You said it too. I heard you. I caught you.
We only got a few seconds left on this goddamn show,
and bring the love.
Yeah,
bring the love and bring the vote. Bring the love, bring the vote.
Ain't nothing but love for your goddamn show. But sit your ass up for a minute. How do you bring love to a generation that only knows sex, drugs, and fucking? These motherfuckers ain't made a love song in God knows how long. They don't even make love songs no more.
They paranoid.
These most rappers make songs for other rappers to try and maintain them being hard. So the women get caught up in this shit. So you got a bunch of motherfuckers that are trying to impress each other on a daily basis. And can't nobody, how you gonna show love when a motherfucker can't say I'm sorry? How do you show love when a motherfucker can't say I'm sorry? You can't accept a mistake.
You gotta take one step at a time. We can't do a huge jump and make a change. It's got to be one step at a time. And in that step, you got to know where you're walking to. And if we don't bring the love to the table, it's going to be very difficult to make that step. Just like you said it.
Oh,
Look,
You just said it.
Dre.
They don't even make songs
Look.
with love in it. So then I guess we got to take the step to bring love back and not worry about the sales, worry about the love.
okay, you just fucked up because you're in a capitalist society, and if they ain't making no money, you don't give a fuck what it say. If it's making, I tell you what, if love songs was getting paid, everybody would be goddamn Cupid. If love songs was, wait. If love songs was getting motherfuckers paid today, everybody would have a goddamn diaper and a motherfucking bow and arrow shooting niggas in the ass. But that ain't what's paying right now.
So remember when you go see Zap later on this evening and they start singing Computer Love, you put up your middle finger. Okay?
No, that's my shit. That's my shit.
Exactly. So
that's
stop
my
it.
shit.
Stop it, brother. Because Lonzo, because I know the world will change. Truly Dr. Dre and the one long now found the West Coast hip hop.
God damn it.
Lonzo Williams.
That's my shit. That's my Computer Love will always be my shit. I am the first motherfuckers to make a love song. My last biggest hit was a love song. Every album I've ever done had a love song. I know how to ask a woman for some ass. I know how to ask a woman for some ass and get it. I got 5 kids, goddamn it. I've been doing this shit for a long goddamn time. I gotta go. What?
Thank you.
I gotta go.
And bring the love.
All right, folks.
The love.
You're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop.
Dr. Dre, shout out to STEM Radio, Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Big shout out, Max. Big shout out, Cruise Control.
All right, folks, we out of here, y'all. I'm finna go see Zap right quick out of Ontario. I'm looking to have a good time. Y'all have a great weekend, folks. Dre, Bernadette, much love to you. Chat room, much love. And my boy Dennis Bridge says, love my black ass. Oh, they call me. Listen to my shit. Love is the internet of life, folks. Love is in the air, man. We just, you know what? We just got to start paying for it, supporting. That's all. Whatever you support,
we're gonna do it. That's why.
Wait.
That's why we're the legendary connects.
The more whatever you support, is what you're gonna get the most of. Whatever
Yes,
you support is what you're gonna get the most of. If motherfuckers was making records about going to college and getting your degree, motherfuckers will be getting paid. I gotta go. Peace.
I need to get that off of GoDaddy. All right.